Worship His holy name. Sing like never before. Oh, my soul, worship His holy name.
We've got a package that says Countryside Acres and Arend Feenstra on it. And I remember somebody emailed us about fasteners. I don't remember what else they said. So far we've got an IKEA bag.
And this black bag.
And I don't know what else we got. So this is a bucket of drywall screws. Sweet. 1.5 inches.
And bits?
I don't remember bits of some kind. Drill bits.
That could have been handy yesterday.
Yeah. What do you got there, buddy? Cement anchors of some kind? Yep.
Cool. That's handy.
What's in there? Small drywall screws? Wood screw. Well, what we call drywall screws because they're black.
In English?
Stainless steel, yeah, this is all in English. Uh-huh. More anchors. We live in the world of concrete, so I'm sure there's lots of anchors. Okay, let's start from the top and work our way down, bud.
He's just excited.
More screws. There's a gold mine of screws here.
I'd say.
We gotta find a place to put all this stuff. Not get it lost. What do you got? Little nails?
Yeah,
Groove countersunk. So these probably fit together somehow. Oh,
These are sewing nails.
sewing.
Is that what he called them?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a little trim nails. Another headlamp. Odds and ends. Got a hinge here for a cabinet door or something. A bunch of brackets. And this, I mentioned in a video not too long ago, is why I like buying a farm that is like ongoing and pre-existing, because usually some farmer has a corner and he's got a whole wall full of nuts and bolts and odds and ends and things that you can't find in a store sometimes. So.
And some more drums.
And some people look at that and say that's junk, and I look at it and say no way, there's treasures in there.
Papa.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. It looks like a duck right there. Wow, good job.
The duck?
Yeah.
Yes, now.
Alright, what you got?
We got rivets for rivet gun.
Nice.
Bunch of packages of rivets. A couple more small drill bits. That actually might be a roller zip bit, no? Maybe. Not sure. More drywall screws. We've got a blade here for sawzall. We've got, what's in here, buddy? Little nuts. Geica. We've got washers.
What is this orange?
These are some kind of connectors. Wire connectors. Shove them in. That's a long one, eh?
Like
We got some zip
Let's
ties.
see. Oh,
And some more wire connectors. I'm telling you, this is like the perfect old guy collection of stuff. What's with the earmuffs? Oh, sweet. Too short for the drywall, but they're just like the drywall screws we use.
Drywall?
Nah, not drywall, siding.
Self-tapping.
These ones are?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yep, you're right. Let's stitch our van back together. Man, they got a lot of stuff in here.
You were
More of these.
You were just saying stick welding.
Welding rods. Yeah, we were just talking about this yesterday. So our welder can do MIG and stick, so we can use this. Very good. It does have numbers on it. Can't hardly read them though. More drywall screws. Might have been once upon a time. More screws. anchors again, maybe? Man, we can build all sorts of stuff. Did you see those? Screws. And last but not least, holy doodles. That is a lot of screws.
Got one O-ring.
And an O-ring. Or a hair tie.
Yes, an O-ring.
Could be an O-ring, yeah. That was a screw. Wowzers. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
So it looks like we had a bit of water yesterday. And the ducks are loving it. That's hilarious. That's not supposed to be there.
Alright, we want to set up the laser while we work?
Nice, eh?
Yeah. I'll paint this.
Nice, huh?
I'll paint this.
Yeah, it's not painted. It's concrete. Nice, huh?
Yeah, that's the like
What do you think?
nice.
Looks great.
This one's
easier than that. Watch yourself, man. Another weekend has come and gone. It is Monday. We are back at it again. I finished stripping all the forms here just recently, and it looks great. So we got a nice drain in the floor. You can see now. Worked out real well. And there's another one underneath the plywood sheet. We had a lot of muddy traffic coming in and out, so we just laid that down to keep it good. But right now we got to fill this area up full of sand and get the grade high. When we're done, the concretes are going to be about 4 inches, 10 centimeters down from the curb on this side. So we got a lot of sand to put in here, pack it, and then we'll be pouring concrete on top of this. Probably, I don't know if we'll get around to it tomorrow, but tomorrow or the next day. And then all the way around here, and then that side will be 4 inches or 10 centimeters lower than this concrete floor. We dropped a bit. And so we've got the bottom of the gutter right now. We have to pour little curb walls. We'll form that up, and then we'll also fill it full of sand, pack it, and then pour concrete there. So that's the plan for this week, is concrete there and here, and it'll be ready. And then I got to finish welding in bars here. There's dividers for the cows, get that stuff ready. And we'll also be framing in walls. That can wait. At least I want to have the spot for the cows ready to go. If it's ready, then when the cows come, they can at least get tied up, and we can milk them. Can always bring the milk into the house, into the fridge for now. But long term, we would plan on having an actual milk house here and getting that all formed up. So come along. I got the main man working right here, right?
But I need my yellow shovel.
Where is it? It's not yellow though. It's orange. I have to find it. I think it went back to the container, maybe. You have to look in the container.
I don't see it.
You didn't see it there? Well, we had it here the other day. I have to find it. So all in all, very happy with this. The tapping job the kids did on the side to get the air bubbles out, wonderful. We did have a couple of mishaps. You can see here how it's thinner. This is where it's supposed to be, and here it's thicker. The wall let go a little bit here. And that can happen from too much tapping. It ends up vibrating, and the screw let go. It's not a big deal. And same thing down here. It also came out a little bit. Plus, for whatever reason, the angle piece we put on was pushed in too far here. And so anyway, that got a little goofy as well. But all in all, very happy. The only thing that I now regret not doing well enough, the bottoms, all the bars were lined up and welded in, and they couldn't move. But because the forms moved, they moved. And now I wish I would have tied them in a little bit better at the top. You can see they don't quite line up. Some of them are a little bit out. That one with the hat on it. Anyway, we'll fix that later, straighten them out a little bit before we weld in the dividers for the cows. Getting the sand in here now. The bucket doesn't quite fit through the window, but pretty close. So that saves a lot of wheelbarrowing. Our wheelbarrow is getting to be pretty rough shape. We'll have to fix it up. It was pretty tough wheeling concrete in here at the time. We'll get that fixed up. But this will at least get most of the sand in here. We don't have to wheel it in. And it saves a bit of work. That side we'll still have to wheel. And then once that concrete's all done, then we're going to fill this up for a little sand hit too before the cows come. Good morning, everybody. Another lovely day. A little overcast, but at least it's not as hot. It was pretty hot a couple days ago. Geese are out. Only two here. Where's number 3? Oh, there she is. Coming around the corner. And the big geese are missing one big goose. They're all locked up, and I think they forgot to lock one up. So the boys are walking around looking for it right now. And everybody else is doing great. I have to fill this hole. This is kind of a dangerous spot. So after they put the septic in here, everything's settled. But it's lovely for the ducks. They absolutely love it because it's full of water. Comes off the roof, filled this area up. Gives them a nice chance to swim. Heading off to the barn, dairy barn here, to carry on getting ready for the next concrete pour. We've got lots done there. We've got to get the gutters. We'll have the gutter formed up. I'll show you that in a minute. And then we're going to be pouring concrete on the feed alley and the walkway behind the gutter. Then it's a matter of getting some of the metal welded in, water line hooked up, water bowls hooked up. Then I think we're pretty well ready for cows. So pretty exciting. Obviously still got to frame all the walls for the milk cows. We'll take care of that later. But at least as long as we have a spot for putting the cows when they come now, then we can milk them. We can always bring the milk into the house and go from there. All right, so we're gonna get the forming finished up today, get more sand put in, get that all done. I'll show you that now. Into here. So this we did the other day. Somebody asked, there was quite a few comments why we don't use the pump truck. You could probably go in through a few windows, but then you're still splashing it over here. It's just not that convenient. Wheelbarrowing is actually not that hard to do. Our wheelbarrow is just a little bit messed up, and that made it a little bit more challenging, but otherwise it worked out pretty good. So we got this done. I stripped these forms off. This is good to go now. This is ready for concrete. I got it a little bit more smoothing off, but it's basically ready. We're now working on the gutter. So there will be concrete on this side here and on this side here, and this gutter will stay open. So we've got it formed up last night. It's set for the right height. We'll finish it up, and we got to close both ends off, of course, and then we'll be able to pour concrete all the way around here out to there, as well as a little strip here, and then the cow will actually be laying on sand is the plan. We're coming along good. Hope to get it all ready by today. We have another visitor coming this afternoon, so we won't pour concrete today, just in case it runs late, and then we won't be able to spend time with our guests. So that's important as well. We had excellent guests yesterday, actually from England, came over to visit. So if you're watching, thank you very much for your visit. You know who you are. Really appreciate it at the time. We don't always know, I guess, when people contact us, but we really enjoyed their visit, and toured them around the farm here as well. Drank lots of coffee and had lots of time to socialize about this, that, and everything else. So it was great. What else can I tell you? Yeah, so we'll try to plan for pouring concrete tomorrow. Today I'll get this all ready. That's about it. Oh, I know what else I wanted to talk about. Also good friends of ours, the Australians in Altai. We know all of them fairly well. And Justin and Anita from Backyard Russia. If you're not familiar with them, check out their channel. Something going on with my eye today. Anyway, check out their channel. I think Anneesa can throw a link on the channel here. They are moving. They have been in that area for 6 years. If you don't know who they are, they moved from Australia to Russia 6 years ago for a better life, same as us. And they have had a lot of fun over there. They've learned a lot, obviously. They are already permanent residents. They're not citizens yet, though. And they've just, there's been a lot of challenges to immigration over there. And also economic challenges. So they are moving right now. They just announced on their channel that they will be relocating. They have not announced where they're going yet. Guess you'll find that out in due time, but I think they could use your assistance in the move. I know financially it's been a difficult time for them, so if you're able to or willing to help them out, they're a lovely couple, lovely family, lovely kids, and they are looking for better economic opportunities, and nobody can blame you for doing that. So if you're able to assist them with that, first of all, you can go to their channel and hit subscribe. I'm sure that'll be a huge boost to them. And they've also set up a spot, I believe, on Boosty, where you would be able to help them financially in their move. It's going to cost quite a bit to move from where they are now to where they're going, and a little bit of assistance would go a long way for that. So if you find that in your heart, something you are interested in doing, we can maybe put a link for that here as well, or you can send it to us and we can forward it to them. Either way would work. All right, gonna have breakfast soon and get at the work. Got lots more sand to put in yet. If you're not familiar with sand bedding, this will be smoothed out. It'll be about 8 inches, 20 centimeters below the curb here, and then flushed out. It's just heaped right now because I want to pour this concrete first. And then the cows, they'll come in, they'll be walking in here, and they'll come up here, and they'll be tied. And there'll be one cow between each chunk of posts. So there's going to be a head rail in yet. The head rail is about this far out. It'll come straight across. And there's chains going from that to the cow's collar. And so the cow stands here, she's tied to that, she can freely stand up and get down to eat food right here. There'll be a water bowl going in between. Every 2 cows share one water bowl. Should be right here. And then another one on this post. Every short post, I guess, will have one. Why the long post, somebody asked me. That is for future, for milk line. If I want to expand this to 16 cows, which I have the room for, then I will no longer want to use a bucket milker. I'll most likely install a milk line, which will go along the front here, and it'll go right into the milk house where the milk tank is. And then you want that up high so they don't bang it with their heads. So it'll be up on top of these posts. Other than that, there's no reason for it currently. So, yeah. I guess I'm still rambling here, but I have wanted to milk cows basically all my life. I grew up milking cows. My dad milked like, I think 80 cows. And he milked all his life basically until he retired. So I was 14 years old when he sold the cows and the quota. In Canada, you need a quota to milk cows. It's basically a license. Very, very expensive. And that was it. At 16, the farm got sold, and that was it. I worked for another dairy farmer around 16, 17 years old. And I have milked goats. But our last goat venture, we milked 300 goats. Did very well on that farm. But I've always liked milking cows. We've had a couple jerseys here and there over the years, my wife and I. Yeah, and now we're looking forward to, I mean, it's still only 6 cows, but it's a start. And if we can get this filled up to the end, then it'll be 16 cows. So, you know, you got to start somewhere, basically. It's been a lot of hard work in our life. And I keep reminding ourselves that when Anneesa and I met, we were completely broke. We had no money at all. So everything we have here now has been worked for really hard. There's no free passes in life. We work hard to achieve our goals and keep moving forward, and of course try to help other people along the way, because we live in a global world, in a global community, and we need to help each other. Good morning, everybody. Arend here from Countryside Acres. It is a beautiful day, slightly overcast, but not too bad at all. We're going back out to the barn, carry on with the work. We have got, if I can get this little plywood open, got the barn closed off here so the ducks and geese don't get in. We've got this portion all done. This is going up for our chicken area. We've got milk house here. I gotta frame all the walls in yet, but it's coming. Gutter formed up. Still gotta form the other side of that. Right now we're working on getting this side ready, getting all this loose dirt. This is actually stuff we dug out of this hole earlier, dumped here, plus just whatever's been laying here since construction. So we'll get this all dug out, and then we're gonna bring some sand in to get the right grading. This will also slope down to the gutter. So this is sloped, and the bedding is sloped, everything's sloped towards the gutter. And we're gonna pop some rebar in here on this wall yet. So a lot of people ask why we didn't put rebar in the floor. Not needed really. You don't really need, if you got good compaction, everything's packed down underneath, you don't need rebar in here. There's nothing weight bearing. This is just for foot traffic, people walking. There seems to be this misconception that you need rebar in concrete. You don't. Concrete survives just fine without rebar. It's not a necessary item. It doesn't prevent cracking. You know, concrete will still crack just because it shrinks over time and it forms crack lines. The best things you can do there is make saw cuts so that it's controlled cracks, and you don't actually see them in the middle of your floor. But since this is a milk house, I don't really care if there's going to be a crack someplace. And the rebar doesn't prevent that. Rebar helps to strengthen the concrete so you can, let's say, drive over it. Well, I have no intentions of driving on this. This is literally for foot traffic walking here. This is going to hold a little bit of hay and a manger in front of the cows, and this is where some cows are going to walk to get in their stall. No need for rebar. This particular spot where I'm joining to this floor and the wall, I like to put rebar just to hold the two together. So every 2 feet, I'm going to be popping rebar in here. Obviously this needs to be cut off yet. We were just testing to see if we had the right size drill bit. And I'll do that on both sides, especially this side, because it's just a short wall. What could happen is that it wants to tip over if the sand sinks, and I don't want that. So the rebar will help prevent that as well. But otherwise, yeah, it's not really needed in this application. New day. We were going to pour concrete today in about 3-4 hours, but we got a lot of rain last night, and I'm a little worried because there's no grading, no laneway, no nothing back here. I got to get the truck back here and in. It might be okay, but I'm a little worried. I don't want to get a truck stuck. Either way, we'll be ready. Just putting rebar around now. You can see the box for the gutter, so all the wood will come out, and there will be concrete poured from the wall to this, and from here to here, a little tiny curb. This one I'm not so worried about. This one, because the cows are laying in the stall, they could end up pushing against it and tipping the gutter over time. So we definitely want to put rebar in it to keep it from tipping over. And we're now going to weld, so these are staked into the ground and bent, if you can see them there. And now we're going to weld a long piece along the top. I might do 2 on this side, 1 on this side, and I think that'll be all ready to roll. And then we need to make sure we get the little footer area there cleaned up so that we get a good bond between the wall and the floor. And then we're ready to pour. But we're going to leave it for a couple of dry days so we can get a truck back here and not get stuck. The other option is that we could leave him on the laneway. He could pour into our tractor bucket, and then we could bring it here with the tractor, but it takes a little bit longer that way. Come along, Wes is bringing some long lengths of rebar. Our nice clean floor isn't clean anymore. Everything gets dirty over time. One day, someday in the future, we'll have everything graded nice, and we'll have a nice concrete pad or something outside. Everything will be cleaner. But right now in a construction phase, there's literally clay and topsoil exposed all over the place, and you're constantly tracking it in. Heavy? All right, a lot of people were like so sympathetic. Poor Wesley had to do all that back-breaking work with the wheelbarrow. What do you think? Is it hard? It's not that hard? Somebody said you must have done over 100 loads of cement.
In my life.
In your life? Oh, I don't know. What do you think you did the other day here? I never counted. I have no idea. But
I doubt 50. I guess
50 loads?
Probably more than 100 now.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, not that hard to work.
Just hard to push it.
Hard to push because of the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some commenters mentioned that we should have put plywood down to drive on. I've done that in the past. I never thought about it, but that would have made a big difference. The other issue was with the wheelbarrow itself, because it was just not in good shape anymore. So we've got a double-wheeled wheelbarrow. This is another thing people don't understand. In some ways, it's easier with a single wheel, but there's no balancing issues now. When you have a single wheel, it's a lot harder for a younger person or a smaller person to push, because they have to balance it and push it. Now there's no balancing. The tires balance the load. So they carry it. And if you stack a wheelbarrow in such a way, you keep most of your weight up to the front of the wheelbarrow, it literally is being carried by the wheels. All you got to do is lift up the end and push. And it's actually not that hard to work. I think people have a misconception that it's always hard work wheelbarrowing. If you have a single tire, then there's a tendency for it to want to tip. And now you have a lot more work because you have to steady it and push it. So I like these double-wheeled wheelbarrows, especially for the kids. It's a lot easier.
For concrete, it's a lot easier with one. Isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know if they heard that.
Corners.
Say that again.
Except for concrete, I think it's a lot easier with one wheel, because when you're going around corners, you can just tip the load.
Absolutely, and you can't do that with this one. Yeah, and that's what somebody in the comments was saying too, that a one-wheeled wheelbarrow would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do find you get tired more because you're carrying more with a one-wheeled wheelbarrow.
But like this one, you have to take a much wider turn.
Yep,
with
it's hard to get around the corner. So basically what he's saying is when you can tip a wheelbarrow on a tire, you can get around the corner faster. And you can't tip this guy to go around the corner because of the two wheels. It's just not possible. And so now you have to take a much wider circle to get around. So they both have pros and cons. Anyway, this front bar was gone, so we welded one in the other day. These were bent, so we welded in some additional supports with some rebars. We straightened everything. There was a couple of cracks in the bucket itself, and I welded those, and we also added another bar back here to sturdy it up. The whole thing was just, well, like many things you can buy these days, they just don't build them well enough. I missed the construction wheelbarrows we had. This is the best one I could find, Denzel. The sturdiest wheelbarrow I could find here, but even then it hasn't held up that well either. You know, a lot of the stuff, this would be better wood. A lot of the stuff is just kind of chintzy and doesn't last as long as it should. But it works.
I was counting my blessings. I felt beaten down. I was looking for a calling, felt lonely in a crowd. I was searching for the answers, too blind to see the signs. He was always by my side. He shed his light and picked me up. 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 in the grave.